Is this thing on? Okay, just making sure, don't want to record an entire episode without having my microphone turned on. Now look, I'm not gonna dilly-dally with some long preamble. I know what you're wondering. Why would someone go for the slightly inferior iPhone XR instead of that big, beautiful iPhone XS Max, AKA the tennis match? I have 10 reasons for you why I made that exact same decision, and I think possibly you should too. No, I'm not Leander Caney. I'm Arafon Elijah. You may have heard of me from a little podcast called The Cultcast. No? You should check it out, link in the description below. Okay, reason number 1. I wanted the XS Max so very badly, but it's just too similar to my iPhone X. Now that's something that you've probably heard from other iPhone X owners, but I probably would have purchased it if the price was right. It's just, with sales tax, it's a $1,200 phone. With the features that it offers, I couldn't justify the extra expense for upgrading from the 10 to the XS Max for $1,200. Wasn't worth it to me. Reason number 2, and I truly mean this, the XR, it might be the best looking iPhone Apple has ever created. I mean, just look at this big, beautiful phone. The back has this multi-dimensional paint job. You look into it, and you can see through space and time. It looks like you're looking into a magical pool in a Disney movie. I love the aluminum band. Even on the white one, they color match the aluminum. It's a little bit more milky and white than the aluminum you'll see on the MacBook Pro or the Apple Watch. I also love the camera nodule on this. I know that sounds silly. It's just small and cute, stamped right on there. The entire industrial design of the phone, I think, looks better than any phone Apple has ever made. Reason number 3, this is a big one as well. The XR has a wide angle camera for portrait mode. Have you noticed that when you use portrait mode on your 10, your XS, your XS Max, it zooms way in? Well, it limits your field of view. I think the field of view on the XR is much more pleasant. It's much wider angle. You can get more into your shot. I think that's a huge plus of the XR over the XS Max. Plus, the wide angle camera on the XR has a larger aperture, so it performs better in low light, and a larger sensor, so it performs doubly better in low light. You're gonna have much more success using portrait mode and low light on this phone than you will on the iPhone XS or the XS Max. Not to mention, I just love the wider field of view. Telephoto lenses just make me feel claustrophobic, like we're getting too close to your face. I don't need to be that close to your mustache, Tom. Another huge benefit, well, maybe a medium-sized benefit. This iPhone XR has a 6.1-inch screen. So it's a little smaller than the iPhone XS Plus, and it's a little bigger than the XS. This might be the perfect size iPhone. It actually fits in your pocket. Even if you wear extremely skinny jeans like I do, you can still get it in there. It feels nice in the hand. It's easier to use than the XS Max, but it still gives you the larger screen real estate of the XS. iPhone XR might have the perfect screen size. I've lost track of the numbers, so let's just keep moving on. Oh, I have to mention this one. It's reasonably priced. The iPhone XS, $1,000. The XS Max starts at $1,100. This big, beautiful phone is only $750 for the 64 gigabyte model and $799 for the 128 gigabytes. That is an extraordinary value, and if you're looking for something with 128 gigabytes, this is your only option, and it only costs you $800. And of course, I have to mention, for that price, you get almost the exact same internals as the XS Max. You have the same wide-angle camera, you have the same computational photography, you have the same smart HDR, you have the same A12 Bionic. The list goes on and on. This is like an iPhone XS Max Mini. Now you're missing the 3D touch, which I personally don't miss. And you have an LCD screen, not an OLED screen, which I will admit, it makes a difference. It makes a difference if you're talking about screen saturation, accuracy, dynamic range. If the iPhone XS Max is a 10 out of 10, I'd say this is a 7 out of 10. It's still a good screen, but it is slightly worse in fidelity and dynamic range than the more premium phone. But this phone is an iPhone XS Max in virtually all other important regards, and for 2/3 the price. Ooh, I bet you didn't know about this one. The XR, it has the best battery life of any iPhone. And not just of any iPhone currently, of any iPhone ever made. Tom's Hardware reviewed this phone, and they said the battery life on this XR was an hour better than the XS Max. An hour better! So if you're looking for a phone that will last all day and night and the next day and the next morning, this is the phone to get. If you're a guy who needs battery life on his phone, this is the one that you want. You know, the other thing is, it's just something new in the world of iPhone. Never before has Apple tried to pack all of their top tier components into what is essentially their budget phone. Remember the iPhone 5C? Yeah, that thing was using components from like 17 years ago. I think there were components from the Motorola Rocker inside that phone. This is using all of Apple's best components. Even the A12 Bionic chip is packed into this phone. It has the same camera module for their budget price. I had to try it. Okay, and finally, my big reason, I'm gonna be upgrading next year anyway. What the heck? For 1 year, I'll try a phone I wouldn't normally get. I'm one of those guys that's always drawn to Apple's most expensive device. And even if the device is overkill, maybe it's something that I don't even need. Maybe it's designed in a way that I don't even like. I still end up buying it. I find myself pulled to those devices every single time. So when I saw this big, beautiful iPhone XR with almost all the same features as Apple's more expensive phone, I love the design, I love the body, I love the price. I figured, you know what? Why not just try it for 1 year and see what happens? There you have it. Those are my 10 reasons for choosing the iPhone XR over the XS, XS Max. Maybe I've convinced you to buy one. I'll tell you what, go into the Apple Store, look at them, because the XS, the XS Max, they are not nearly as beautiful as this phone is. And I think if you see it in person, you're really gonna love it. Okay, I'm done here. My name is Aaron Elijah, Gadget Hunter, stepping in for the Cult of Mac YouTube channel. If you like this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. If you wanna see more of my content, maybe some of the more weirder stuff, head on over to my channel, link in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Well, go on, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button. Check out this video. Oh, you wanna see me flex? You wanna see me take my jacket off and flex? Well, I'm not just a piece of meat, so forget about it. Go on, click it. I'll wait. Click it.